There we go. Yeah. Thanks for letting me know, because I would have been talking the whole time and no audio was being recorded, like the freaking other time I did that. Yeah, freaking OBS was. It didn't pick up my mic, so I had to manually select it. Why does it look like that? Hold on. It looks like it's slightly off. I don't know why. It's like 20 seconds off. Okay. Wish I could make it. This like I miss Bing because this wouldn't happen with Bing. I wouldn't have had to wait 20 freaking seconds to see if my changes that I made went through. It would have been instant. Anyway, it's fixed. But yeah, I was saying before that I'm actually live on TikTok. So, trying that out, see how that goes. So I'm gonna be having that open. Alright, one more minute till we find out the future of Xbox. Alright, I'm gonna start recording just in case. Well, I'll record in a second. Then, here we go. We here is live. Finally. Here we go. Hopefully actually, let me check. Uh-oh. Starting out with Game Studios, Xbox Game Studios. Here we go. Oh, is this Clockwork Revolution, right?
Do you think I care that the colony is in disarray? We didn't come to Arcadia to get bogged down in pointless warfare. We came to spread freedom and liberate resources.
Sorry, I was just checking to see if the audio levels were okay.
But this pesky
If I wasn't too loud.
Directorate agent is mucking things up. They're not alone in doing so. And they think they can just choose how things play out. They could stop us from stealing the Protectorate's brainwashing technology, which we need to improve our market share.
No, this is Outer Worlds. Hold on.
Stranger aligned with the Order and that world computer of
Why did I
theirs.
say it was Clockwork
That
Revolution?
could be the key to closing the rifts that threaten the colonies. So, you see why this menace must be wiped from the face of existence. Or, better yet, brought to our side through the power of capitalism. Now, let's get out there and buy our way to victory!
I'm yearning and yearning for you.
This is it's weird because like it feels like Fallout, obviously, because it's Obsidian. But it's like it's futuristic. It's like a mixture between Starfield and Fallout. Because I feel like Fallout was more like in a serious tone, or not Fallout. Starfield was more in a serious tone. But like Fallout was a little bit goofy. So this is like what Starfield probably should have been.
The cost may be high. One day,
Let's
I
fall.
know you'll be mine. Someday, perhaps
Yeah, to blur out the vomit.
for now
Trick Shot. Can't wait for this game, man.
An adventure made
Ah,
for
so there you go.
capitalism by
It's on
capitalism.
PS5 logos. We got
Inflate
PS5
our
logos. No
impressions
Switch
and
2.
egos by staying tuned after the showcase.
Hell yeah. No Switch 2. I was actually surprised by that. I thought for sure there was going to be a Switch 2 logo on there. Because why not? Maybe...
World premiere.
Uh-oh. Here we go. Let's do this.
Babe, what's wrong?
Who is this?
I'm sorry. I've just been so depressed lately.
You know, it would fix everything. Humanzapron.
Is it High on Life 2? That's pretty fast for a sequel. Yeah, I really like High on Life. They, it was something different, you know? And I know it's, you know, the Rick and Morty humor, but like, I like that shit. It's stupid, but I love it. Oh, now you can dual wield? I'm assuming this is coming like maybe next year.
Yeah, humans are barely sentient. Scientists have done studies, and their brains are like half the size of ours.
Yep, High on Life 2. Nice. Is it gonna be on Game Pass? Winter! Wow! Interesting. Xbox Play Anywhere. That's gonna be like a big thing going forward into like for the end of these
World premiere.
trailers. Because they need to know if it's available on both like the ROG Ally and, you know, handhelds and stuff like that. What's this? In-engine? Oh, you see? Alright, so this is, A Plague's Tale, the sequel, the third game. It actually got leaked. Sorry, I didn't mean to spoil it for anybody who didn't know. But, yeah, they leaked it themselves. Weird. This would have been cool reveal if they didn't spoil it themselves. I still gotta play the first two games. I know, shame on me. Mind you, this game used to be a game about rats. Resonance, A Plague's Tale Legacy. See? Very, very interesting. And look, they have, I didn't even notice, Xbox PC. Is that the new branding for Xbox PC games? What this is. Oh, is this the handheld? Uh-oh. Here we go. Oh, it still has the grips. Oh, man. I really thought that was fake. Yeah, the ROG Ally 2. And it launches directly into the game. Your games. Seamless play. Download natively. From the cloud. And has the Armory Kate stuff. Oh, you could switch. Xbox and fire controls. Okay. This is an Xbox. Alright. So there it is. The ROG Xbox Ally X. Oh.
At Xbox, we strive to put the player first. And that's what you've seen from us over the years. We've led
Thank
the
you to
industry
everybody
with
who's
backward
joining, by
compatibility.
the way.
We championed crossplay and cross-progression. We delivered Game Pass, first on console, then on PC, and with cloud gaming. So what's next? How can we give you even more freedom, more choice, more ways to play? Our next step is to unify your gaming no matter where you buy or play. So we're building an Xbox experience designed for players, not locked to a single store or tied to one device. The Xbox Ally is an Xbox you can hold in your
Xbox
hands,
Ally.
bringing together the power of Xbox and the freedom of Windows. On this Xbox, you can play games across your entire library, including all the Windows PC game stores, from Xbox and Battle.net to Steam, GOG, and Ubisoft Connect. And the highly anticipated Hollow Knight Silksong will be available at launch and in Game Pass when the Ally releases later this year. In fact, every new game you see in today's show will be playable on the Xbox Ally.
Xbox Ally. So it's
We
not.
have always wanted you to have the unique experience of Xbox on any screen. That's why we're investing in Xbox Play Anywhere. Whether you're playing on console, PC, smart TV, or any Windows handheld like the new Xbox Ally, the Xbox experience roams with you. Your library, progression, friends, and achievements. There are over 1,000 Xbox Play Anywhere games on Xbox today. And every new game you see in today's show, from our partners and our studios, is Xbox Play Anywhere.
Good.
And because it's Xbox, you can always have access to Game Pass with a diverse lineup of games from the biggest franchises to critically acclaimed indie hits. This is the freedom we believe players should have. Any game, anywhere. And we are giving it our all every day to make this vision real. But it all comes back to the games. From Dead to Rights on the original Xbox to Armored Core 6, our relationship with Bandai Namco Entertainment has stood the test of time. We both believe in bringing amazing experiences to players around the world, and their next game does exactly that. From Rebel Wolves Studio, this is a story-rich
Blood
action
of the
RPG
Dawnwalker.
steeped in dark fantasy that I can't wait for you to explore. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of the show.
All right, so it's not what I wanted it to be, because I thought they were gonna. They said play all your Xbox games everywhere. Like that's what I thought the whole point was. Like console games on the Xbox Ally, but clearly that's not the case.
Monsters
So
have
it's
always
still
been
a
here,
PC. It's not a console. I do wonder if
watching
they're
from
gonna
the shadows.
fix that. Not
When
fix
we were
that,
at
but
our
like
weakest.
strive for that.
They came out into the light. We feared for our lives. But we should have feared for our souls instead. The vampires didn't come to kill us. No, they came to rule.
So
To turn
vampire
us
game.
into mindless, docile cattle. Not me, though. They tried to change me into one of them,
Interesting.
but I became something else instead.
Oh,
Their
Okay.
worst nightmare.
see, it's funny because I think a lot of people when they hear Bandai Namco and like action RPG or whatever or action game, they think Dark Souls or Elden Ring or whatever. Not
Trapped
every game is
between the
Elden
two
Ring or Dark
worlds.
Souls or a Souls game.
Fighting to even the score. Fighting to understand the evil behind it all.
It looks like Assassin's Creed, honestly.
Watching it seeping into you, growing.
I'm glad they're making it a vampire game. We need more vampire games, okay? Tired of the zombies, tired of battle royales. Make vampire games great again. Hey, see, Xbox Play Anywhere. That's what I like to see. More Xbox Play Anywhere titles, because that's the main goal. Every game should be Xbox Play Anywhere.
World
premiere.
premiere.
Wait. Oh. Yo. Yo, what a tease. That's Super Meat Boy. What? I saw the pipe. I was like, Mario. What the hell? They got us. They got us good. Oh, shit. Another Super Meat Boy. What the hell? This looks insane. I mean, the first Super Meat Boy. No, they had another one, right? I could have sworn that they had another Super Meat Boy.
Super Meat Boy 3D!
3D. It's Xbox Play Anywhere. Cloud games, all that. Or cloud saves, I should say. Oh, here we go. Xbox Game Studios. What do we got? Oh, Ninja Gaiden 4.
Watch your back, Yakumo. You're a wanted criminal now.
I'll kill the Dark Dragon myself. It's my mission. My duty as a Raven Ninja.
Oh, that's not Ryu Hayabusa. Who that is?
Breaking the Dark Dragon free has its consequences.
This is it.
Shiori.
There he goes. There's that boy.
Something I need your help with.
I really gotta play the first two games, like, not the first two games, but the first 3 games. But, they're on Game Pass, I don't know what's my excuse. I'm just lazy. Man, these boss battles are insane.
The Dark Dragon is mine.
Neato. I'm still surprised that there's not a lot of like Switch 2, but that's okay. There's not a lot of Switch 2 representation. Machine Games. Oh, it's DLC.
Here we go.
Or maybe for the Switch 2.
What are you doing, Jones? Are you crazy?
Nah, there's no way. A new adventure begins. So yeah, yes, probably DLC.
This is where it starts.
Interesting.
Beneath the streets of Rome. Enter the city of Antioch. Find a secret relic. Bring
I
it
didn't think there was
back to
gonna
the
be
Holy
DLC.
See. Defend the secret. They worshipped the giants.
The Giants or the Order of Giants. September 4th. Cool. World premiere. Let's see.
はるか昔、この国に輪廻の獣が現れた。輪廻の獣は汚れを吐き、あらゆる生物を蝕まれた。
Game Freak? I didn't know they made other games. You know what's crazy? Like when I saw that first monster, it looked kind of like a Pokemon. I don't know why. Like in my mind, I wanted to say Pokemon. Game Freak?
西暦4026年、人類は滅亡を待つのみ。
So it's like a fantasy, futuristic beast of reincarnation. Is that the name of the game?
お前こそが輪廻の獣を滅ぼす刃となる。
Wow. Okay. Cool. I like it. Alright. Xbox Game Studios.
The glittering streets of Avalon sure do shine.
Now this is
because they
Clockwork
sweep their
Revolution.
filth down
I
to
think.
us.
Yes. I got this and Outer Worlds 2 mixed up.
Here's to playing in the mud.
In Exile.
Life here ain't for the soft-hearted.
You will be paying me back until you fucking rust.
Damn.
It ain't for the spineless.
Keep your filthy pickers off me!
And as sure as shite ain't for the decent.
That's a clean sweep for one.
The knob.
There has been a crime! Justice itself has been affronted! I have been burgled!
Lord Griswick.
I love the aesthetic.
Yes, I got that part. Do you know anyone who might wish you ill?
Like the whole steampunk aspect.
We can't arrest and question everyone. Let's see if we can narrow the suspects down a bit.
They were,
Trust your instincts, sir.
tall.
Yes, sir.
Also, it's like to create a character.
Well, muscular. Mm-hmm. Was very quick.
Oh, I really love this.
Go on. With a mustache. No, larger.
I see.
Quite fashionable. That's the fiend who robbed me.
They got my good side this time. Breaking in is the easy
Oh,
part.
so you play like a thief. Oh shit, he pissed him. Wait, the icon?
Brandy, sir.
Getting away with it is the real trick.
These candlesticks ain't gold. Worthless and dull, just like you. Nah, I have a customer. How can I help you?
I'd rather talk to you, Errol. Sounds like I'll get a better deal.
You talk to me first,
Oh, those
and
freaking
him
Cockney
never.
accents.
Got it?
Uncle's a bit touchy, ain't he, Errol?
Touchy? I say touchy!
Yo!
Anything else you'd care to say to Errol? Brains. If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, I wouldn't have believed it.
Round here,
Oh.
it's all sharp edges,
This is crazy.
empty pockets, and blood on the cobbles. Goodbye, Silas.
No, no!
I'll hurt you, you fucking meat sack! I'll leave you with a pissing bed of pieces!
You'd either got a gang at your back, or a knife in it.
We're family here. Family takes care of its own. Can't put a price on that, can you?
Them's in charge. They don't keep order. They keep power.
Take this thing into the crucible and melt it.
They just want us beaten, broken, and too scared to fight back.
I don't want to kill him.
That's why it pays to be clever and well-armed.
Yeah.
Let's go and end a few
Nintendo
arguments.
really is holding them back. Let's just see how it performs.
Don't get cocky. They've got a weapon far worse. Time. And if they can rewrite history, they can rewrite us. But look who just found Mummy's keys.
Oh, this is really
now
cool.
I can fiddle with time. Put the bullet back in the barrel.
So you can like
Bring the chaos to a
reload?
crawl. Take a mistake.
You can
and
just
make
take
it
the
like it
bullets
never
back
happened.
out? Yo, that's hot.
We can change the world as we know it.
Whoa.
One choice at a time. And I can even go back and change the past to change the future. And let me tell ya, the hunters don't like it when the rabbits got the gun.
Control the future. Oh man, the concept of this game like looks amazing. He just freaking dusted him like Thanos. Oh shit, man.
Now let me
Coming
alone
in due
and
time.
piss off.
They didn't say platforms, which is very interesting.
Our creative teams are dedicated to bringing players award-winning, record-breaking,
booty.
critically acclaimed games. Call of Duty, Black Ops 6 from Activision, Doom, The Dark Ages from Bethesda, Diablo 4, Vessel of Hatred from Blizzard, and Avowed from Xbox Game Studios. All of our teams across Xbox First Party are shipping their most played games ever, and they're also delivering more content than ever before. From original single-player experiences to vast online worlds, our teams are empowered to build the games they've always dreamed of. We want our players to have the choice and flexibility of where and how they play the games our teams make. So of course, our games will be available day one in Game Pass, and every new game we make for both Xbox consoles and PC will be Xbox Play Anywhere. On behalf of our creative teams, thank you. These experiences
no
don't
shit.
stop when you put down the controller. As you've seen in recent years, more and more of our characters, stories, and worlds are expanding to brand new audiences through TV and film. A Minecraft movie and the Fallout TV
Chicken
series
jockey.
broke records and brought millions of players into the game.
Oh man, I can't
We
wait
have
for
more
Fallout
projects
Season
in the
2.
works as gaming continues to influence film and television like never before. When it comes to growing new franchises, Obsidian is having a year like no other. From launching
Yes,
a blockbuster
Obsidian
new
is
game
the
like
GOAT.
Avowed to the upcoming release of The Outer Worlds 2 this October. Obsidian is always delivering great games, and they have a third game launching this year.
This
You'll
year?
get to go deeper on it in our direct, but until then, let's take a look.
A third
premiere.
Obsidian game? What's this?
I told you, you can't run from me, you foul beast!
It's supposed to be like He-Man.
With new flexible legs, the yoke girth action figure can ride anything.
Yoked girth.
Breaking news. There's been an explosion at Brook Hollow Park. Chaos descended on a ceremony commemorating the 2-year anniversary of when 4 teenagers were miniaturized against their will and left to fight for their survival in the backyard of a deranged scientist. Formerly evil company Ominent Practical Technologies was set to dedicate a statue of the 4 teenagers, fast food science robot Burgle, and Dr. Tully when an explosion erupted. Dr. Tully and the teenagers' current whereabouts are also unknown.
I don't know why I'm blanking on the game. It's a sequel to when they're in the
you gotta keep.
Why am I blanking? I don't want to look it up because then I'm admitting defeat. I can't believe I can't remember the game. I wanted to play this. I probably should have. I feel like my kids were like this. Grounded. There we go. Grounded 2. Wow. In July. Interesting. No PlayStation or Switch. Interesting.
The predecessor, ND3500, reached. Accessing predecessor's travel log.
Oh, is this Starfield?
Attempting data salvage.
No. Bluebird Team.
I have encountered an unprecedented orphan. It was in a state of suppressed recomposition.
Bluebird Team is very hit or miss. They have good concepts, but their gameplay is like a mixed bag. Oh, it's not first person? Well, I guess Silent Hill 2 remake wasn't first person.
They become exceptionally aggressive.
Shit.
Recommended to proceed with caution. They seem to act more consistently, in coordination. Destroying the nest is now a priority.
Oh, this looks disgustingly amazing. What is it called?
Such is our calling.
Chronos? New Dawn? I'm so glad that every game shown is Play Anywhere because I do like the ability to take it wherever I go. Bethesda? Is this looks like World of Warcraft. But that's not Bethesda. So this is ESO? Yeah. Okay. This is an expansion. But they're adding animal pets and stuff. If I was more into like MMOs, well, I wasn't really into Elder Scrolls anyway, so maybe I wouldn't have gotten into this regardless. But it's cool. Again, I like that they're sticking with it. You know, same thing with like Fallout 76. They don't just give up, you know. belong here. Worm cult. Interesting.
World premiere.
Oh, let's see.
Mayday! Mayday! Hope One to mission control. We're falling! Thomas, the ship's breaking apart. There's no time. Evacuate now. Thomas, come in.
This looks familiar.
Ariane, you sacrificed everything for a new world to save mankind, and I'll
Don't
always
nod.
love you for that.
So it's a story game. Oh, it's actually like a platformer. So it's not a story game. Yeah, okay. Because Donut used to make other games outside of like the not Stranger Things, Life is Strange type games.
Thomas, wherever you are,
Aphelion.
I'll find you.
Pretty neat, pretty neat. Uh-oh. That don't look good. A game collaboration with the European Space Agency. Okay, cool. Coming to Game Pass. Neat.
World premiere.
The world premiere.
Welcome to England, Mr. David.
Yeah,
I
the
know
space
this must
stuff
be a
is
shock,
always
having never met your
what
real
was this?
father, but he left you this hotel in his will. It's been in your family for generations, much like the caretaker. He's a little eccentric. You'll see.
Let me welcome you to the Grand, a hotel famous across the land. Every room used to be in such high demand. Your wish I'll command here at the Grand.
Well, hello there. It looks like you're about to do some renovations. Would you like some help with that?
Wait, what is it?
So, my father was renovating the hotel when he disappeared?
Not just the hotel. He was helping the entire village. You have his power tools. You know, you could pick up where he left off. You seem like a good man, like he was.
I'm in.
Okay,
They
this
don't
looks
suspect
very
a thing.
interesting.
Just make sure the locals don't get wind of what you're really up to. Because if they find out, they will Wickerman your ass.
You keep looking into things, and things are gonna start looking bad. Don't make the same mistake your father made. In this place, the only one you can really trust is me.
I don't know, maybe it's just me. The singing is a little cringe. Like the song is fine. Like it sounds okay, like the singing itself. It's just the whole dancing with the weird animations is like, ugh. This looks a little weird. There are no ghosts at the Grand. Cool. Alright, another Xbox Game Studios.
There are as many gods in the world as
Oh, this is
there
like
are
Age of
stars
Mythology.
in the heavens. And when we need their help, they send us a hero. Who would have guessed the defender of my homeland would be my daughter?
Yeah.
She unlocked the heavenly spear. But is
That's
she
exactly what
worthy?
this is. Not bad, not bad.
You can't rule if the heavenly spear is mine.
EVR Studio? What's that?
주권 국가의 자주적 결정을 누가 허락하는가? 만약 이 결정이 패권 국가의 특정 정치 집단의 이익을 저해한다면 당신의 특정 행동이 대중의 의사결정에 영향을 미칠 수 있으며 반대로 누군가는 당신의 의사결정에 영향을 주려 한다는 것을 인지할 때 자신만의 온전한 입장을 세울 수 있지 않을까? 당신의 입장은 온전한 본인의 판단인가? 그렇게 믿고 있거나 믿고 싶을 뿐.
No idea about this. Oh. Like a third person, Oh.
당신은 무엇 때문에 분노하는지
This looks really interesting.
당신의 분노는 스스로 결정한 것인가? 누군가 당신의 분노를 이용한다. 지정태. 지정태.
Mooding. 2 hearts. Oh shit. This looks pretty cool. That looked really cool.
World premiere.
Thunderful.
E ora Olaien loite fativi.
Let me
Novo.
get my glasses. Cause I'm like seeing specs.
Te maite mana. Muite unanite waiora. Dia
Better.
novo tu alibemo iwalotaname. Ona utalima di efema. Te onami.
side scroller. I can dig those. Planet of Lana 2. There's a Planet of Lana 1. Bethesda presents. Yeah, Fallout 76.
Well, hello there.
Oh, they added fishing.
Beautiful day to relax by the old fishing hole, wouldn't you say? When it comes to fishing, Appalachia is a land aswim with opportunity. Yes, you'll find fish of all flavors in every walk of waterway, from its mightiest of rivers to its humblest of ponds. Just step up to the bank, cast your line, and when your bobber starts bobbing, reel in the rewards. What do you got on there, Jed? Worms. And how are they biting today? See for yourself. Bagging the big fish starts with finding the right
That's
tools
a
for
really
the job.
tiny pit boy.
There are as many unique combinations of rods, reels, bobbers, and baits as there are fish in the sea. And when you've caught your fill, pop over to the local tackle shop to swap fish tails. Can you smell that? No matter what troubles plague the future wastelands of Appalachia, you can always find comfort in cozy little joys like this. You just gotta know where to look. Vault Life is your ticket to easy living. Design and build your own little slice of paradise. A place to show off all the bits and bobs you collect in your travels. Got a green thumb? Plant your own peaceful vegetable garden. And nothing warms the heart like a neighborhood cookout. Ah, community makes a wasteland a waste home. Join today, and tomorrow you'll be kicking back and sharing a meal with friends in beautiful Appalachia.
Neat. I feel like I'm saying neat a lot.
World premiere.
Let's do this. Oh. Oh, 4 players. That's why it's called solo. Xbox, PC, and Steam, and World Premiere. All print. What is this? Come on. Oh wait, hold on. Is this another like Pokemon type clone? I don't know. It kind of looks like it. Oh, maybe not. You get to play as the Pokemon or the creatures. Oh, so you can like take yourself into the creatures. That's pretty cool. That's different. Animo.
Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Tony Hawk Pro Skater. I just want to say thanks to everyone for all the love and support we've seen since we announced Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 a few months ago. These games have changed my life, but more than that, I've seen them help spread a love and appreciation for skating all over the world, and that means everything to me and the team. I can't wait for you all to experience the game. It's been rebuilt with so much care and attention to detail, with some brand new parks, new music, new skaters, and more. And you can enjoy it all with your friends with up to 8 players in multiplayer. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 officially drops July 11th, and we have a lot more surprises to come. Check out the launch trailer now.
Activision. Finally, we see Activision. Tony Hawk, like, what are you gonna say? Honestly, like, I wish I would have gotten into these games because they're like a cult classic, and everybody talks about how much they love them, but I never played them, so. Was that Bam? Oh, they got the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That's pretty cool. That's cool. Doom guy, or Doom Slayer. And they got a demo. That's cool. Nice.
World premiere.
Cool. From Spirit Fair. There's a lot of interesting games. Oh, it's like two sisters just fighting. Fate's End. Cool. And it's on Game Pass. Xbox Game Studios. Oh, Gears of War. Here we go. Groundbreaking original. I wish it was a collection. I really do. Like, honestly, like this should have been. Well, they can milk it. That's why they did it. They can do a Gears of War 2 Ultimate Edition or whatever, then Gears of War 3. But I'm not mad at it's the Gears of War. Gears of War 1.
Look who decided to show up.
I'm looking forward to this stuff. Cross progression too. I want to play this with my one of my friends.
Looks like they upgraded.
Actually, a few of my friends. Split screen co-op, of course. Stay in the fight. Xbox Play Anywhere.
This is gonna be awesome.
No Switch 2. What? Why? I thought they said that they were gonna support the Switch more, but they aren't. There's no. There's like very few Switch 2 games being shown here. This looks familiar. Maybe not. What is this? Oh, is this Persona 4 Reloaded or Revival? Nice. Awesome. And on Game Pass? Look at that. Xbox Game Studios. Let us see.
The Smugglers League is always there.
Sea of Thieves expansion.
But you won't see
Let's
us.
see what
You won't hear us. And the only way you'd ever know it is if that's what we wanted. As smugglers, we deal in the goods others are afraid to handle. Guns, explosives.
And don't forget the rum.
It's a life of danger like no other. So I guess my question is, can you handle that?
a new role to
Getting your hands on gold is one thing, but you should know that this is what we're really after. The bigger the boom, the better. Smugglers need to be adaptable. It's more than moving under moonlight and shadows. You should
now
be
they
ready
got
to take
smugglers
advantage of
smuggling.
others' misfortune. Stealing, of course, is always an option. Just do whatever it takes to get the job done. You are pirates, after all.
Welcome, my friends, to the Smugglers League. You're paying for that.
Smugglers and Tap. Season 17, jeez.
World premiere.
What was that?
This is ridiculous. Please.
What was that? Whoa! Oh, the Chainsaw Man? Oh, Invincible!
No, Dad, not even close.
I hoped you'd understand why I had to do this. Accept our rule or die.
I'd like to propose a third option.
I'm not your son anymore.
Is this
I'm
a
the guy
fight?
who's
Fighting
going
game?
to throw you off this planet for good. I trusted you.
Yeah, it's Invincible versus. Okay, cool. Oh, this is bloody.
Let's do this.
3v3.
Need a hand?
And they'll have like guest characters.
See how you like this? It's an army.
I am ending you. I see it all now.
Oh, dang. Pretty cool. The wait is almost over. Uh-oh. Oh, they doing it! Final Fantasy VII Remake! Finally! Jeez. It's probably the same thing as like with the Switch 2. Coming this winter, remake, integrate. Also coming to Xbox. Final Fantasy 16.
Any objections?
Yeah. Oh shit.
Will you place, little lamb? There's no one to save you
No flames are around, and they burn as one.
Come to me, Ifrit!
Nice. Finally. It's about damn time.
But she may yet be saved by you.
Today. Nice. Shadow drop. And it's play anywhere. Look at that. That's what you love to see.
World premiere.
Here we go. More world premiere. I think we're heading towards the games. Uh-oh. The games. The end. Double Fine. Here we go. What they got cooking. Interesting. So you're just like a tower that you can walk around as. Keeper. Nice. Looks very interesting. Can't wait to play it.
Games like Psychonauts 2 showed how Double Fine excels at creating unique and innovative experiences, and Keeper is no exception. Looking ahead, next year marks 25 years of Xbox. It's a big milestone for the platform and franchises that you helped build and make popular. We couldn't have done this without everyone who's been with us on this journey. As we think about bringing a new generation of players to these iconic franchises, I'm excited to share that players will get to celebrate 25 years of Xbox with a new Fable, the next Forza, Gears of War E-Day, and the return of a classic that's been with us since the beginning. Today, you've seen an incredible range of games from creators across the globe. Creators like inXile, reaching for new heights with Clockwork Revolution. Sluggerfly, making Team Meat's modern classic platformer into 3D. Square Enix, bringing more of the critically acclaimed Final Fantasy franchise to our players. And Team Ninja, returning to the beloved series they debuted on Xbox. You've also seen the next Xbox hardware release, our Xbox Ally handheld, which lets you bring your Xbox experience and your library with you anywhere. I hope you enjoyed the breadth and depth of the games, updates, and experiences that are coming to Xbox from our partners and our own creative teams. We're seeing more players on our platform and in our games than ever, thanks to all of you. We're proud of the creativity that Obsidian is delivering this year. Immediately after Showcase, our Direct begins, where you'll go inside the studio for an extended look at The Outer Worlds 2 and Grounded 2.
And Grounded
Thanks for
2,
joining
okay.
us today. But before we get
Here
into
we
the
go.
Direct,
One last thing.
we have a final world premiere. Enjoy.
Here we go. What is it? What's it gonna be?
World premiere.
What's that? Why was there a butterfly?
Welcome to the Guild.
What's this?
We have been expecting you. Please, follow me. You already know us as a global tech leader. Our software, our systems, combined with our skilled team, is designed to save lives. Your years of service have shown you the importance of our work. Here,
What is this?
you'll witness the
is
global
that?
scope of that mission in action. Let me introduce you to our esteemed visionary.
For too long, we have been bound by outdated systems, accepting limitations instead of redefining them. The Guild is safeguarding tomorrow, now. We are pioneering the future of protection worldwide.
What's with the
Our
butterfly? What is
advancements
this?
are designed to elevate everyday life, reshaping the future of technology on a global scale. I'm Emma Kagan, CEO of the Guild.
Is this Quantum Break 2? What? What is this? I'm like,
Fear is a powerful thing. David Mason. Menendez.
Wait! The new Call of Duty! Oh, Black Ops 7! Oh, okay. Okay, alright. Black Ops 7, I'll take it. Alright. That was okay. That was a good show. It wasn't anything crazy like last year. I think they peaked last year. But I definitely think this was a better show than the other shows. I give it a B. Give it like a B plus. I do want to know more about the...
Welcome to Obsidian Entertainment. We're here at the studio who
freaking,
joked around that this
handheld.
has been the year of Obsidian, with Avowed releasing early this year and now ending the year with 2 more games. And what better way to cap this incredible year for us than by doing what our studio does best, sequels.
That's where I come in. You can get out of here, Fergus. Thank you so much. No, you're doing great. You nailed it. The sequel is the lifeblood of every great franchise.
that's Ben
Think about
Schwartz?
it. The original creates the world and builds fandom, but the sequel, that's what makes it worth remembering. No sequel, no hoverboard. No sequel, no dual SMGs. No sequel, no Raccoon Tail. No sequel, no Zune 2. Which doesn't really exist, but I wish it had.
Zune 2?
There was a Zune 2. There was? There was a Zune 2?
There was
I'm
not
Mark.
a Zune
They had
2.
sequels here at Obsidian, and I have sequelized
Ben-
everything.
I said Ben
Blockbuster
Schwartz.
movies to AAA video games to my first marriage. So trust me, I
Hold
know
on.
what I'm doing.
What's his name?
Come along on this journey with me. Part 2.
Let the killing commence.
It is Ben Schwartz. Why they said his name was Mark? Can't wait for this game. This game, The Outer Worlds 1 is like so, like a lot of people slept on it because it was not what people expected or probably wanted.
The Outer Worlds 2 is a sequel
They
to
probably
The Outer
thought
Worlds
it
1.
was going to be.
It's a continuation of the themes of robber barons in space and how people are controlled by the stories they're told by the people who have power over them. This time we're able to go a lot deeper because we have more time and money, which is a great thing. And
Yeah,
we're able
no,
to
I
make it a
think that
much more
people thought,
true Obsidian reactive RPG than we were the first time around.
Yeah, the Black Ops 7, it was very interesting. It threw me off. Like, I didn't know what it was.
So we're going deeper and more complex with everything for the sequel. Deeper story, lore, RPG interactions, reactivity, all the things we've been known for as a company. It's really a complete realization of everything people want from an Obsidian game. Surprisingly, this is the first time in over 25 years that I've had the chance to do a full sequel for a world that I helped co-create. It's really just a fantastic opportunity to explore and expand the universe in interesting ways.
People
and to
thought
go even
it was
further
going to
with the
be.
themes of how people are affected by living in a dystopian
They thought it was
going to
be just Fallout, but in
you
space.
Can shoot your
but,
way
I mean,
through
it kind of is, but it was very like low key.
And so,
it wasn't
no matter what kind of play
too
style
crazy.
that you like, this is just an awesome franchise and an awesome game to jump into.
And that's why I said it's like better. It's not better.
Outer
It's
Worlds was a great base to
It's what I
start
wish
from. It has
Starfield
all the
was,
elements of a great Obsidian
or more
RPG.
of what Star.
Interesting characters.
What I wish
deep
Starfield would
worlds,
do more.
important choices. In the Outer Worlds 2, not only did we want to double down on those elements, but we wanted to give players even more of it.
We've also put a lot of investment into skills and traits that impact things like combat, conversations, and areas that we call RPG interactions, which are the part of the world where players can use their specific skills, perks, and backgrounds to solve problems in unique ways in our new, bigger worlds.
That's pretty cool.
I love a deep RPG experience, and building out that RPG crunchiness for our players was at the forefront of what we set out to create. We prioritize those deeper RPG options with different character builds and combos so players can express their role-playing power fantasies. We also have different equipment options for different playstyles and different companions with different abilities.
Choice and reactivity.
In the first Outer Worlds, you start off as the Stranger, which was basically a blank slate to build on top of with various attribute points that would begin to define your personal experience in the game. You can make any kind of character you want, but we've given you a role. That role is an Earth Directorate agent. You can think of them as kind of like space cowboys or space sky marshals. They're the good guys that go into places and kind of fix everything that's wrong.
Okay.
You're gonna be one of those. But we don't tell you why you joined the Earth Directorate. There could have been a lot of different reasons, right? It could have been because you're an actual lawbringer and you want to go in there and spread law throughout the galaxy. It could be that you're a roustabout and you just had nothing better to do. After you pick your background, one of the really important choices you have next is choosing your traits. While we had attributes in the first Outer Worlds, we've leaned into traits for the Outer Worlds 2, which are these big changes to your character depending on which ones you pick. So it could be something like Brilliant, where you can tag extra skills and you start getting extra skill points. And that's obviously really great if that's how you want to build your character. You can also go and do something like Lucky, where you get extra critical chance, and you also get a lot of really cool options throughout the game as well. Of course, we brought back Dumb, so,
oh yeah,
so players love the Dumb option.
That was so cool.
Do you believe in signs?
I mean, like the ones they say trespassing or entry.
Quite what I meant, but I like your contempt for boundaries. I could put your adventurous spirit to good use.
And you get like lots of really cool, fun conversation options in the game, but we took that even further. And again, there's lots of elements in the game where you can
Outer Worlds
be
definitely
dumb
has
and use
over,
that
like,
for something. It could be something as simple as banging on a machine to get it to
dialogue
work.
options are amazing.
After you've invested in some of your traits, your next choices are going to be choosing your skills. The skills themselves basically allow you to build on your playstyle and what your character is doing in the game. That will be everything from playing stealthily to speccing for an explosive specialty. Throughout your entire journey, your character continues to change with the different choices you make. In the Outer Worlds 1, we actually had more skills than we have, so we condensed them down to really the core and essence of what we really wanted there. But we made each point that you put into a skill much more impactful. So instead of getting small percentage changes, we actually did much larger changes per point that you put into each skill. And again, all these things, because of how they're checked inside the world itself, can matter quite a bit. You know, just even having one additional skill point in something can open up a lot more options in the world itself. If anybody's played Fallout New Vegas, they'll be very familiar with like the perk system. We basically borrowed that. but went even
Borrowed.
grander. We actually have more perks
Took it.
than Fallout New Vegas did.
I mean,
but
Microsoft
here's the cool
owns it,
thing, right?
so-
We check and use perks for literally everything, right? So you can do everything from, hey, I want to make a stealthy build that steals stuff and is really good at that. Okay, great. Well, you can take maybe the pickpocketing perk. So that's not available to everybody, but if you select that, now you can actually go around and steal things out of people's pockets. There's another perk called Heavy Handed, right? Where say you're a melee person, what this does is now your power attacks that you use actually knock people down.
Oh man, I really like the serial killer perk.
Serial
As you start
killer.
killing people, they will drop hearts. And you can take those hearts, and essentially you're taking these trophies, you could say.
What?
And it's actually giving you a permanent health bonus every time you do it.
Really?
We have this perk called Assassin. Now, this is an early game perk that you can take, which every time you stealth attack an enemy, you're actually gonna get a movement bonus for a certain amount of time.
I feel like freaking Cyberpunk had that.
Flaws were
I
a
like
system
that.
that everybody loved from the first game, but we wanted to make it more personal to the player. We wanted it to really reflect how you were playing the game and give you a bonus that you actually wanted to really engage with.
With the flaw system returning, we knew we needed to go bigger, better, and more real than ever before. So, we turned to the team. I told them, no bad ideas. Give me what you got. Okay, we need more flaws. We need them to be real. I want to put them in the game, so give me something. Inspiration. What's wrong with you?
Oh,
What's wrong
I
with
have
you?
bad knees,
You got bad knees? They hurt when you walk a lot?
Yes.
When you walk too much, they hurt?
no cartilage.
Sounds boring. Makes you sound like a boring person, but it's in the game. That's a good flaw. What about you?
I like to take small things sometimes.
So you're
What?
stealing.
I'm taking.
Kleptomaniac.
When do you give them back?
I don't.
Claire. Claire, you shouldn't be stealing. What are you doing? You shouldn't be stealing, Claire.
Tiny crimes.
Tiny crimes? Do you hear the second part, though? It's a crime.
Well,
You're stealing. Claire, that's wrong. You can't steal things, okay? But it's an amazing flaw, and I'm putting it in the game. But you're a bad person. And are you the one that took my stapler?
do you need it?
Yeah. Give it back,
Okay.
please. You, what do we got? Flaw.
I like to stare at the sun.
How long did you stare at the sun?
Just lunch break.
An hour?
Oh, I only get 30. You guys get an hour?
I get an hour.
An hour.
Oh. Makes me feel energized.
How many fingers am I holding up?
3?
No. Anything else? We'll put it in the game. We'll put it in the game because I feel bad for you. Anything else?
One of my favorite flaws is something called
That's
bad
pretty good.
knees.
This is why I love
We'll actually
freaking
give you the
Obsidian
option to
games.
take
They're
this
freaking
flaw
hilarious.
That'll make it so that you move faster throughout the game. But the problem is, anytime you stand up, your knees are going to make a loud popping noise that makes it so that, well, everyone around you is going to hear you.
Oh, that's
Kleptomaniac.
crazy.
This is really interesting because what it does is when you steal something, you can actually sell it for more bits than normal. And like that sounds really great. The drawback is sometimes when you're looking at things in the world that are owned by somebody else, you'll automatically steal them. So you have to be very careful about how you use them.
One of our more wacky perks is the Sun Gazer Flaw, and it just gives everyone cataracts while playing their game. So everything becomes like light shafts and blooms and hazes, and makes the game pretty unplayable if you happen to choose that perk.
If you happen to be the type of player
This
that
is amazing.
habitually reloads your weapons like I do, well, you'll be offered the flaw of over-prepared. Now, you'll get larger magazine sizes on all of your
But you
weapons.
get rid of the
but if
ammo that you
ever
don't
fully
use.
empty your magazine, you're gonna take a debuff for a while. While we support options like being a gunslinger who wants to key into destructive weapons, or a rogue who wants to alpha strike their enemies before they know what hit them, we also allow for a lot of fun and experimental builds. You can be a mad scientist who utilizes gadgets and wacky science weapons and armors, or even a psychopath who gains permanent bonuses to health by murdering their friends.
Nothing shows the impact of these character build options better than, in my opinion, the bridge area, which has a quest you get early on in Paradise Island.
The bridge.
Not only do you kind of encounter this very early, and it's a very core one to the story, but it really expresses our
I really hope
philosophy
that
of allowing the player
certain
to solve problems in
companions
a
make a
bunch
cameo
of ways.
at least. 'Cause
So
I
you may
really
solve
would
it by
hate not to
speech
be
options.
able
You may
to
talk to
see
them and
all
maybe
those
have to go to a
characters
quest
from
for
the first
them and
games.
really kind of prove that you're a friend of the Protectorate to get by.
I may have need of your help, stranger. If you are ready to seize an opportunity to show fealty to the Protectorate.
You could go guns blazing and you could just take everyone out inside the POI, lower the bridge itself, and kind of get across. You could sneak in, lower the bridge, and then actually sneak in under the bridge to get over to the other side.
That'd be more what I do. Always do stealth. I'm a stealth guy.
You can bypass the bridge entirely if you found like certain gadgets, like the shield gadget that protects you from poison gas as you go across, or the double jump boots, which kind of allow you to jump across the chasm and get across that way. There's even a really kind of messed up way, right? Which is players can actually sacrifice one of their companions. Their companion who they just found is part of
they spoiled. They don't want to
We're no
spoil.
different than the Breeze if we start tossing our own to the raps. I sure as law ain't gonna follow someone who can't see the wrong in it.
I must admit, I'm surprised we could come to an understanding. But I thank you for your loyalty, stranger. As promised, you shall have clearance to cross this bridge.
It's such a fun quest, but again, it really showcases that we want you to be able to solve this in whatever way you want to. When you build your character your way, we're there for you. We really want you to have the experience that you want to have out of this.
Okay.
From the very beginning of our discussions about the Outer Worlds, we really knew we wanted every game to take place in a different colony. This lets us expand on all aspects of the universe. Every colony can be its own thing with its own flavor, and we can center them around anything we want. Any ideas or setting we're interested in. Arcadia is an isolated colony with abundant resources, and it's run by an authoritarian faction called the Protectorate. Their dictatorship
Are
is
they like
thematically
doing
based around the
something
question of
completely
how much
different
freedom
from the
people will
first
give up
game?
for
Like,
security
it's
and
not
luxury.
really a direct
For
sequel.
Protectorate subjects,
It's like a
unfortunately, that
different
answer is everything.
universe or something.
The Protectorate is also incredibly wealthy because it was founded by the inventor of the skip drives, which are the Outer World's faster-than-light engines. But those skip drives are starting to cause rifts in space-time, which are cutting off all the other colonies on Earth from being able to trade with each other. The Order of the Ascendant is an offshoot of the Order of Scientific Inquiry from the original game, and like them are a science-based religion with the same goal of solving the universal equation, which will allow them to predict and alter the future to the benefit of all mankind. They used to be part of the Protectorate, but they split off to focus on solving the equation for the good of everyone, not as a way to simply control the masses.
Yeah.
The player's been
the
sent to
showcase
Arcadia
wasn't
as an
anything
Earth director
crazy. It was,
agent
it was
to find
pretty
out how the
good,
skip
but
drives are causing the
I still
rifts
think it
and
was
what
better
can be
than
done to stop
freaking.
them.
Wait,
Each
the
of the
beta
factions
starts
have their
Friday?
own solutions to the rift problem and their own goals. The Protectorate wants to close them to protect their legacy as the inventor of the drives and their wealth. The Order wants to close them not only for the good of everyone, but also because they're complicating the math they're using to solve the universal equation. And Antes just wants to be able to open and close them at will to control all the trade routes between the colonies. In addition to expanding the themes and lore of the Outer Worlds, we're also expanding the humor, so each faction has its own flavor of absurdity. Anti's Choice is a merger between Anti-Cleo and Spacer's Choice from the original game, and there are corporate representatives in the Outer Worlds too. They've invaded Arcadia to liberate their resources for all of humanity,
shit.
at a profit, of course.
One of my favorite things from Fallout New Vegas is the radio system. It was just iconic
Oh,
for me, and I wanted
yes,
to
they're
make sure
adding
that the
the-
Outer Worlds 2
The
had
radio.
So we actually built out 3 different radio stations, one for each of the major factions. You also have a ton of music. Each station might have like, I think 20 tracks of unique music that we've made for it. It's a lot of stuff. But the really cool part about this entire thing is that we actually put a lot of reactivity into the radio. So it will respond to the things that are going on around the world that you've been interacting with. So if you go into a location, let's say you solve a problem for the Protectorate folks, if you listen to the Protectorate radio station, they're gonna be cheering you on as a hero.
Wonderful news, everyone. The Zeranium gas leaks at the Automech repair facility, strongly believed to be caused by Anti's Choice malefactors, have been corrected.
Yes, I'm glad that they're adding a radio. It's more like Fallout than.
I'm not saying we caused it in the first place, but we
Sure like the idea of all those broken auto mechanicals and all the excessive gasping and choking involved.
The factions and companions are great examples of how we're going deeper and more complex this time around. They're integrated into the game's storyline much more than we did on the first Outer Worlds, and like with everything else in the game, they have a lot more reactivity. There are 6 companions in the Outer Worlds too. As usual, each has their own quest lines, but this time they are also connected to a different faction and have character arcs that the player can affect through their choices. Your first companion is Niles. He's another Earth-directed agent like you, and he's looking for your help to decide whether he wants to become an even better agent or to turn his back on the Earth Directorate completely. There's also a somewhat cute Automech support drone that is basically Niles' helper. Her name is Val. Marisol's part of the Order of the Ascendant, and she's an aging but still deadly assassin. That's right, she's a deadly mathematician who may or may not have some unfinished business to attend to with the player's help. There's also a cultist named Azza, who is part of a sub-faction that worships the rifts, and in her case, violence in general. You can choose to either turn her away from overt violence or support her chaotic and dangerous tendencies. At one time, Auntie's Choice had a program to graft soldiers with animal parts to make them more formidable. Unfortunately, it didn't quite work and most of them are now dead. There's a combat medic who survived, however, named Inez, and she wants the player to help her fix her graft, among other things. Finally, there's Tristan. He's a protected arbiter who is judge, jury, and executioner all rolled into one heavily armored package. It is your choice to either help him judge wrongdoers or show him what true justice looks like.
We definitely have reactivity in the game based on how you've been treating your companions. I won't reveal the end of the game, but let's say if you have not been treating them well, you will find out at the end of the game what that means.
That's
Companions are a very, very important part of merchandising, because that's the real beauty of the sequel. We're talking merch, baby. It is the lifeblood. It is what fuels us. Do you want to see some of my ideas? Hop, hop. Check this out. Gen Alpha loves body pillows, especially ones that look like human beings for some reason, right? Who needs a significant other when you could have a knife-wielding space psycho up in your sheets, huh? What do they do with them when they get them, huh? Maybe a little napping, maybe a little snuggling, maybe a little nut.
What the hell?
The visuals of the first Outer Worlds depicted a frontier colony in space. The Outer Worlds 2 is driven by an invasion of the Arcadia colony system by Auntie's Choice, which shifts the visuals to be more reminiscent of a World War I-like setting in space. That evolution is seen across all aspects of the game, starting with the factions. How do you militarize everything, including extreme capitalists or math-crazed scientists? In a World War I setting, war comes with propaganda. The Sovereign uses it to maintain control, Auntie's Choice uses it to help their bottom line, the Order just wants to show how it exists within the grand plan. We want players to feel like Arcadia is a living, breathing place scarred by a long-standing war. Fairfield, one of the first towns you encounter, was once under Protectorate control, but has recently been taken over by Auntie's Choice. They don't just occupy the town, they rebrand it with their signature style, repainting buildings, posting guards, and adding propaganda-based holograms featuring Auntie and the Moon Man. Showing the towns evolving after the invasion helps us push immersion for our players. One of our priorities in visually realizing the world of the Outer Worlds 2 was making sure everything is clear and recognizable from the player standpoint. We want to make sure each faction has a particular look and design. So when the player is running across these vast, different environments and landscapes, they're recognizing the motifs and visuals of who they're talking to, what they're going to be talking about, and how that progresses throughout the story. The first Outer Worlds was really about player interfacing with corporations. And while we have that in the Outer Worlds 2, we really want to express not just the corporations, but how the player interacts with other facets of the world, like government entities or religious structures. And then we elaborate on those.
With larger environments, we wanted to encourage exploration by improving player mobility across the board. Now you can run, slide, double jump, mantle, and parkour your way through all of the nooks and crannies of these worlds. It really allows the player to just explore and have fun finding really cool stuff.
Weapons and gunplay.
We've aimed to make everything in the Outer Worlds 2 better from top to bottom. The RPG elements were the start, but that's touched our story, our art, and especially our gameplay. A good sequel is true to the original. That's first and foremost, right? Like, we all want to add in a bunch of things as you're making a sequel, right? We want to make it bigger and better in every way. That's what we were trying to do here. And I thought, we did not need this consultant. We've made enough sequels. We understand how to do this. And I will say, I don't think it's been entirely successful.
I am very proud of the combat improvements we have made in The Outer Worlds 2, thanks to my patented combat system. You may be thinking to yourself, it can't be that good? Shush, what are you even talking about? You haven't seen it yet. Watch this. Put a helmet on, because I'm about to blow all of your minds with my COMBAT system, combat system. My name is Mark, I'm the head of sequels. Shall we begin?
By Mark.
You're
Not
thinking,
even
what's
like
C for?
last
C,
name or anything.
capitalize the fact that the people loved the first game. We're gonna take those people, we're gonna make them buy the sequel, giving out pounds, pounds, pounds. Quick ones, ha, ha, not you, Dev. Here we go. What comes after C? O. Optimize for player satisfaction. I am terrified of online gamers, okay? I want to make them happy. So let's, okay? All right.
What?
Mobilize the players so they're ready for that sweet, sweet pre-order. Clap with me. Sweet, sweet. If you don't have
Money
rhythm
is
brain, just say
good.
it. Sweet, sweet pre-order. Everybody has a different rhythm, and it's blowing mine. And here we go.
And it's
B, burglarize. What is this? It's basically just finding new ways to loot dead bodies. You know what I mean? Right, Otis? Okay, well, it's a
So
big
you
part
know
of the
what
game.
I mean?
A, you gotta agonize about how many people are gonna be angry that we have just put so much combat into this thing and almost no romance at all. We should look at ourselves. What is wrong with us, huh? We can't have one love story in this? How many people have been in love? Raise your hands. Raise your hand if you're in love. Okay, are you lying?
I have a wife.
Put your hand down. T, trois. In French, that means two. Sequel.
I think that means 3.
Okay, you're getting ahead of yourself. Come on, Claire. Hold on. And how do we end it? Anything is possible. And we've established that we're the best there is, and there's no sequel better than us. And if I could just say one more thing, thank you very much. I know I've kind of changed the world of video games today.
For The Outer Worlds 2, we wanted to improve gunplay in every way. We focused on improving the feel of each weapon, the way a weapon snaps into ADS, the way recoil feels when firing, and how impactful our sound effects really sell the weapon's fantasy, to things like how unique reload animation can add a lot of character to each weapon. We've increased the variety of weapons by including new weapon types, but also through a host of fun and unique weaponry. We have things like the Bourse Blaster that fires out tumors that can explode like grenades.
What?
Or can even be eaten by the player for additional health. We have a weapon called Rookie's Reward that will actually level up the more you use it throughout the game. And every time it levels up, it's got fun fanfare where it's like shooting out confetti and it's got a fun little setup. We have a really fun weapon called the Pop-Up Gun. It fires out ad drones that will distract your enemies with corporate ads, slogans, and jingles. While your enemies are distracted, you can focus fire on them or explode these drones for additional damage. New to The Outer Worlds 2 are throwables. So you can use frag grenades to flush out enemies, smoke grenades to camouflage and escape.
There was no grenades in the
distraction
first game?
devices to
I didn't
bait
even
enemies
realize
into a
that.
stealth attack. And even science grenades that will levitate enemies, allowing you to fire upon them while they float helplessly. And of course, science weapons are back. We have returning favorites, like the Shrink Ray. This time it's been upgraded, so you can shrink your enemy down to the size of a sprat and run over them, exploding them into bits.
The Shrink Ray, that was probably my favorite one from the first game, so we brought it into the second game, but we improved it though. So instead of shrinking your enemies for a short period of time and having them re-expand, this time they stay shrunk, and we actually added in the ability to step on them and kind of squish them and kick them, because we knew that that was the player fantasy. We knew that's what everybody wanted to do. They wanted to step on the enemies, they wanted to kick them, so we made sure to double down on that stuff.
In addition to things like our returning favorites, we also have some really fun and unique new science weapons. One of them is called the Armageddon. This one's really cool because it actually shoots out these masses that are like these little arms that will stick to people or cover or all kinds of different things, and they will continue to just hit them until they get destroyed. And we have another one that's just super cool called the Spectrum Dance Saber. This is a melee weapon that actually lets you attack to a musical beat. And if you continue to do that, you'll actually get additional bonuses each hit you do. One of my personal favorite weapons is called the Big Bang. It's just a big freaking gun that uses material harvested from rifts to shoot out a giant ball of energy, vaporizing everything in its path. Now, ammo's extremely rare for this weapon, but you can use it in just the right situation to devastating effects.
Like another great one is Gary. If you wear Gary, he will lash out at your opponents as you're walking through combat. So we even have science armors, and we've really kind of shown off what we thought was really great for the player from a science perspective.
We're all about letting people play the game their way. There are some players who prefer to be immersed in a first-person view, taking in all of the details.
Oh yeah,
but there are others who really prefer to take the world in from a third-person perspective. Why not allow both? Well, now you can swap between the two, letting you enjoy the experience in whatever way you like.
Yeah, I remember in the first game there wasn't any third person.
One of the things I really like about having the third-person mode is being able to see all of the fun and unique armors and armor combinations and weapons that you can equip your player with. All of the actions that you could do in first person, so you're double jumping around, you get to see your character in that way, and you get to take in the world and see things in a different light.
The Outer Worlds 2 is really the biggest game we've ever made. Bigger choices, more reactivity, more weapons, more things to find in each of the worlds the players can visit. The team has done incredible work bringing the Outer Worlds 2 to life, and we can't wait for you to play it.
Even though we've always been a multi-project studio, this is going to be the first time we've ever released 3 games in 1 year. It feels amazing to do. We're so excited for more people to be playing our games.
In 1 year.
It is truly an exciting time here at Obsidian. We're exploring worlds big and small while expanding on franchises that we've created, and we have no plans to slow down. We hope you all continue to come along with us as we do what we do best, make your worlds your way.
Can't wait for this game. Now Grounded 2.
With the Outer Worlds 2, we're all about the best place to play, which is also the promise of Xbox. You can play the Outer Worlds 2 on this Xbox, but it may be hard to play it when you're staring at all these beautiful holes. Let's cut that. You can play the Outer Worlds 2 on this Xbox. Oh yeah, now that's Microsoft. Or you can take a phone call on this Xbox, then play the Outer Worlds 2 right after. Excuse me, I'm getting a call. Hello? What am I doing? I'm playing the Outer Worlds. Hello? Yeah, this is Mark. I didn't know I had jury duty today. You can play the Outer Worlds 2 on this Xbox, but it takes 2 people to lug around safely. We're gonna go up to my apartment, okay? And this is an Xbox you actually wear that also plays the Outer Worlds 2. What do you think, Claire?
This is amazing.
Are you playing?
I think so.
Fantastic. So now this is actually not an Xbox, so you cannot play the Outer Worlds 2 on it. Can't play anything on this. I guess Bread. You ever play Bread where you take it out of one slot, put it in the other? I don't have friends. If you pre-order the premium edition now, you'll get early access, which is like a prequel to the sequel, or is launch the sequel to the pre-order, or like, why are any of us alive at any time? It doesn't matter. Either way, my job here is done. It's time for the Grounded 2 portion of the Direct, which is sort of like the sequel to the Outer Worlds 2 portion of the Direct, which I absolutely just hit a home run with. You know, it's really nice to see my influence go on to other games. Take it away, team. And big exit.
We're so proud of Grounded. What started as a small passion project to make a quirky game where you're shrunk down to the size of an ant, trying to survive in a backyard, grew into something way bigger than we ever imagined. Over 25 million of you jumped in, explored, built, crafted, and fought off giant bugs together. Y'all helped make the entire experience very special to us. The team's been cooking up a ton for Grounded 2, and we're so excited to talk about it. I had to grease some palms to steal a bit of time from the direct to give you a deeper look. There were so many possibilities and ideas that didn't make it into the first game, so with the sequel, we have the chance to dream bigger. To achieve those dreams, we partnered with the amazing folks at Eidos Montreal.
Oh, wow.
Together, we're taking Grounded from the backyard to an even larger world, the Brook Hollow Community Park.
When we started working on Grounded 2, we knew that we wanted to make a bigger world. Fortunately for us, Eidos Montreal became our main partner on developing Grounded 2. They have a lot of similarities to the sorts of things that are important to us at Obsidian. They tend to make very narratively strong games. They make games with really deep characters and great character progression. They make games with great gameplay.
Everyone at Eidos Montreal is thrilled and honored to be working with Obsidian Entertainment. Our two studios share a lot of DNA. The same things that are important to Obsidian Entertainment are important to us. Choice and consequences, player communities, and doing justice to great IPs and great franchises. The fact that we're the first partners that they're working with to make a sequel to their franchise feels like we're an important part of their history.
The events of Grounded 2 take place 2 years after the first game. The same 4 teenagers are returning.
So there's Max, Hoops, Willow,
and Pete.
They're a couple years older, which means they've gone through a bit more high school, a bit more mature. It's 1992. The world's a little bit different, but we're still in that fun, nostalgic era of the early 1990s. In Grounded 2, we're moving the action out of the backyard and into the Brook Hollow Community Park. Not only is it bigger, it allows us to tell a lot more stories and expand the world of Grounded by exploring what the community of Brook Hollow has been up to and what they've been through.
The park overall is about 3 times the size of the backyard, and our initial starting area is actually the same size as the entire backyard from the first Grounded. The reason we wanted to move into a park wasn't just to create a bigger world, but was to give us the opportunity to explore the community of Brook Hollow and what secrets have they been hiding.
What we love and what we're excited about in terms of the park is the opportunity to create environments and landmarks that are mundane at normal size, but are colossal wonders when you're the size of an ant. Everything from a giant trash can to a community picnic table or a snack bar. All of these areas come to life in a brand new way.
Part of the fun in Grounded 2 is that the park was evacuated really quickly right before our teens were shrunk. And that means that the park has been sort of turned upside down and is in a topsy-turvy state. And that leads to really fun environmental storytelling, but it also leads into the creation of amazing biomes for our characters to explore. One of my favorite examples of this is the ice cream cart. In all of the commotion, the ice cream vendor's cart has been knocked over and its contents have spilled out into the ground. And what this means for our young adventurers is that they'll be able to explore this frozen cave of interesting challenges and colorful Lovecraftian horror.
We have one anthill that's actually somebody decided to bury a bunch of toxic stuff in the park. And so there's all these toxic chemicals underground. The environment looks very cool and very spooky with all of these sort of chemical pools. And of course, nothing can live down there except for one type of insect, the cockroach. We're oftentimes reinventing environments, and in future updates, you're gonna see a ton of new stuff. You do a lot of fighting against insects of all shapes and sizes. We didn't just want it to look better, we also knew we wanted to add a new layer of strategy. The changes that we've made aren't limited to tuning animations or adjusting attack or defense numbers or making characters or insects move faster or slower. But we did all that too, but there's also an entire sort of rock, paper, scissors strategy involving light attacks, heavy attacks, and blocking. We've also added dashing as a new way to both get out of danger quickly or jump in for a quick attack. And almost all the insects in the game will have these abilities now too. Sort of like a chess match, but one that's super frenetic, looks super cool, and is ultimately just a ton of fun. We're leaning into clear playstyles for tanky warriors, low defense, high damage rogues, effect-wielding mages, and ranged hunters. In the first Grounded, we have mutations, and there were weapons and armors that favored different playstyles. In Grounded 2, not only will there be passive mutations, but there will also be active mutations. And a lot of those mutations support these archetypes.
My favorite way to play pretty much any game is chasing after those game-breaking builds. And that's why I'm so excited for what we're doing with archetypes in Grounded 2. I'm all in on the rogue. Now, you can even dual-wield daggers. I've been dialing in this glass cannon build that stacks ambush, assassin, and cardiofan mutations with the wolfbane daggers and the wolf spider armor. It lets me open up combat with massive backstab damage that also inflicts venom. Then, I can use the extra stamina to reposition and try to dodge, rinse, and repeat. It's high risk, high reward, and absolute chaos in all the best way. I'm looking forward to seeing what wild combos the community comes up with and what they inevitably break once they get their hands on the archetype system. It's going to be awesome watching it evolve with player feedback and watching us try to keep up with all of your game-breaking builds.
One of the great things about Grounded is the variety of players it attracts, from builders to crafters and everything in between. If you've ever watched me on Casually Grounded livestream, you'd know that I'm neither. I am a murderer of insects. Personally, I prefer the term harvester. I love going out, hitting things, and bringing the materials like insect body parts back to my friend's seeds. This way, we keep progressing and playing together.
We're also trying to make sure that armor and equipment are easily understood by the player, especially when they're playing co-op with their friends. It was really, really important for us to deliver on all of that for the bigger space and experience, because that was the only way we could truly support the feature the community has been asking for since the very first Grounded release. Mounts. Our mounts, we call them buggies, have an entire suite of moves and have their own special abilities and attacks.
We really wanted the buggies to be an extension of the player in every way possible. And that meant making sure that buggies had unique and valuable abilities across all the core pillars of Grounded. So that doesn't just mean exploration and travel. That has gameplay implications for combat, crafting, and building as well. Just like how we wanted to expand on player playstyles throughout the game, we're going to make sure that every buggy that we add has its own personality.
The Red Ant Soldier can enlist up to 2 Red Ant workers to follow you around and help you out. If you get into combat and you don't want to fight while you're saddled on your buggy, you can jump off and they'll fight right alongside you and provide support. The Orb Weaver buggies are a little less useful when it comes to general utility, like building a base or harvesting, but they're awesome when it comes to combat. Sure, their defenses aren't super strong, but they're heavy hitters. They're also super fast, and they have some great special abilities, like a Scream that allows them to stun lesser-powered insects, and the ability to shoot webs and entangle other creatures. So the Orb Weavers won't be your base-building buggy. You should use the Red Ant Soldier for that. But they're super fun for exploration and combat. Red Ant Soldiers and Orb Weaver Spiders will be available at Game Preview launch. There will be others in the future, but those are the 2 we're starting with. The connection that our Grounded community has with us is something we want to keep forging with the sequel as we make an even bigger game than the original.
Pretty much from day one, we knew we wanted to return to Game Preview for Grounded 2. Sure, it comes with some trade-offs, like the game's not done and it's out to the world, but there's so much value in building it alongside the community. Buggies change how you traverse and navigate the park. What we're doing with Grounded 2 is we're actually keeping zip lines held back so we can see how players engage with buggies, and then we can tweak zip lines to bring them back over time to really complement that buggy experience and make exploring the park far more fun. That kind of feedback loop helped shape the original Grounded, and we wanted to shape the design for Brook Hollow Park, archetypes, buggies, all of it. We also learned a lot from that first time around. One thing that stood out immediately, players blazed through our content, especially the story. That makes sense. Story, characters, world building, that's kind of Obsidian's thing. It's the flavor we bring to the survival genre. So this time, we're starting with a much bigger baseline.
There's been an explosion at Brook Hollow Park. Chaos descended on a ceremony commemorating the 2-year anniversary of when 4 teenagers were miniaturized against their will.
One of our favorite parts of the first game was watching the community uncover clues and spin up theories. This time around, we're leaning even more into that, and we'll be keeping a close eye on what our players discover and how they interpret it. Because you never know what might inspire us as development moves forward.
We really started to hit our groove at the end of Grounded 1. We found that being open about what we were planning and then following through was key to building trust with the community. As a small team, we had to experiment with update pacing and scope, and what we found resonated the most with all of you were bigger, beefier updates, even if it took us a little longer to land. So that's the plan. Larger, more complete updates spaced out just enough so we can take your feedback seriously and make every drop count. You can expect in our big updates, new buggies, new biomes, new building pieces, all the good stuff. And we're launching with a public roadmap so everyone knows what to be excited about in the future.
All of us at Obsidian Entertainment and IDOS Montreal are super excited about how close we are to letting all of you players get shrunk a second time and explore the all-new park on buggies in Grounded 2. If you're a returning Grounded player, we're really looking forward to you experiencing all the improvements. If this is your first time getting Tiny, then all I can tell you is that a world with an entirely new perspective and an entirely new feel awaits you in Brook Hollow Park. It's time to ride together and survive together.
Nice. Cool. Alright, that was actually pretty long.
We have been expecting you. This is where it starts. We can change the world as we know it.
Alright.
Can you handle that? Let's do this. I'm in.
I'm here to even the odds. Any objections?
Here's to playing in the mud. And when we need their help, they send us.
Overall, I think it was a good showcase. I think it could have been a little better.
Please follow me.
In terms of like the bigger games, but there was a lot of great games shown. So.
Well, hello there. It looks like you're about to do some renovations.
Keep your filthy pickers off me! You think I care?
This is gonna be awesome.
I feel like next year is like the big year. The last year was like the big year, and now next year is gonna be the big year. This one was kind of like the calm down year.
Had enough yet?
A lot of fun games shown.
Form up! It's game time, baby!
All of it play anyway. Well, that does it for me, guys. For anybody that's still watching, thank you for sticking through with me through this. It's been fun. I'm gonna be doing more live streams in the future, just now that I got everything set up and how I want it to be, so stay tuned for that. Otherwise, you can check us on the socials that you see on the screen right here, on Loading Up Podcast or wherever you go. Yeah, check us out on YouTube and regular podcasts and stuff. I'll see you guys whenever we come back. Peace.